What do you guys think it's going to look like if the internet just went away forever?
Well, I mean, clear the air, first of all. It's complete chaos, anarchy.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, if it's away forever, we're probably borderline apocalypse. It's tied to everything we do in our life, and people might not realize it right away. I think just having a taste of CrowdStrike's outage is, really hard for business owners. Assuming all of that was sorted out and we made it through, then I think we can, find a way to forge ahead. So we'd have to assume that like there was some sort of like apocalyptic event, and we got past that.
Well, I think maybe I'm giving too much credit to whoever. I think we're resilient. We'd figure it out. It would be chaos, like you said.
We're a united people, right?
Yeah, sure. A little exciting.
Why do you say that?
Because it's nostalgia, in a way.
I don't disagree. I think it's
I see where
pretty
you're coming
interesting.
from too, yeah.
Well, and I think our age group actually enjoys actually going to places and talking to people, and and it's probably outside of our age group too, but more of that would be great. Less of the automated responses that you get, the canned responses that you get, nameless, faceless interactions. I would be totally fine.
E-commerce would disappear. There would be no more Amazon. People would be forced to go into a store again if they want to purchase something, a product or a service. And
that doesn't sound so bad.
I don't think so either. I think we got a lot of people though that might have a different opinion.
There's a general convenience that is gonna have to go away.
Exactly.
Like you're gonna have to be a little bit more hands-on.
I think that's gonna be the biggest change as far as, I know we were talking about businesses, but as far as like the consumer side of things, that will be the biggest change, is kind of letting go or losing that convenience of it and getting used to that again for some of us, and being thrown into it for the very first time for some.
Mm-hmm. Netflix,
all of them.
Google. Google. I mean, I don't even know what Google does. Though, where they become like a publisher.
I could see that.
Yeah, print needs to come back in a big way.
Yeah.
Amazon would probably use all their warehouses and somehow reconfigure them into a massive mall. So I don't know if it goes away, but warehouses have to become some sort of version of like the Super Sale bin store.
Ooh,
it's just like, it's a $2 day, I would love having Blockbuster back. That's nostalgic.
I miss
going there on like a Friday night and like actually looking at
spending 30 minutes to an hour just walking through the aisles.
And then asking the employee that worked there if they had seen it, what they thought about it, what they heard about it.
There's less
employee picks.
Yeah, there's less of that. There's like less specialties, like you go into a Blockbuster at that time, you're like, oh, this guy who's working there or woman is like an expert on movies.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't really have that. You have algorithms now that tell you what is good and what's not, versus an actual person, human interaction.
Yeah. Things that are internet only are gonna have to figure out how to pivot, right?
I kind of see, like, talking about Blockbuster specifically, it's almost like that's where Netflix or like any of the other streaming services might go, is
physical media.
Just like it's already there. The groundwork has been laid years and years ago. Now they have everything they need, and they just go back to that.
Yeah, that's another good point. Like, shopping becomes fundamentally different and goes back to what it was, 20 something, 30 years ago, where Best Buys are no longer a place where you go to like test things out, shop, and then find a better price online.
Mm-hmm.
You're actually going to Best Buy, you're talking to hopefully somebody who's knowledgeable enough to tell you about the product, and you're probably buying it. That big chunk of the store that was dedicated to physical media, DVDs, Blu-rays, CDs, that would exist there still. You would have to go there and, like, remember Zia or Sam Goody? Do you remember the booths that you have to walk in and, like, you look and see what album was on there, like, oh, and you put the headphones on, and that would kind of come back. It'd have to. It'd be really difficult for all the podcasters out there. I don't know how they get the word out. But back to the radio.
Yeah,
dude.
okay.
Yeah, radio, that's way back, right? So when do you remember listening to the radio and, like, putting, like, a blank cassette in and then, like, recording?
Yeah, had to time it. Yeah.
There is no more doing your own research on the internet. Like, your books come back, or talking to people about things and having real conversations the way you kind of had to. And I heard about this and I heard about this, and you didn't really have the internet. You had to go to the library, or actually, like, pick up a book, or read it in a magazine or something like that.
Read it.
That all comes back. Yeah, that all comes back. Print comes back in a big way, and
TV, radio.
Yeah, TV doesn't go away. You're not getting over the air, YouTube, Hulu, programmatic buys and things like that. So, but yeah, TV's still there for sure. You're still going to need really talented people to operate that. Creatives become more important, right? So you need to have somebody a creative marketer, a creative designer, a creative director, talented camera people, audio people. All of that becomes ever more important. That is some of the stuff that we like the most, is having people come to the office and sit down in the conference room and talk to them about ideas, and very rarely does that happen anymore. We like it when we get it, but most people are like, I need to be on a Zoom call, like, just send me a link. But it's so much better when you get to do that sort of thing in person. That would be welcome. And print, like, we love print. It becomes much more difficult to diversify your clientele. I mean, your localization becomes so much more important. I don't really know if you have a choice. Like, there's, like, no way that marketing goes away. It becomes way more important. I think what really obviously changes is, brick and mortar and the need to get foot traffic back. And the only way that you're going to do that is market, billboards, bus stops, right? The bus bench guy, like, how important does all this become now? This stuff that we don't even, like, see anymore. It becomes so much more important. But mostly, I think print becomes a really big thing. Marketing has to. I think marketing stays around.
I'm on board.
Yeah, I think there's, like, no way around it. But really, since the pandemic, you've seen a large spike in freelancers and agencies that have popped up that some are not so great. Do those go away?
I don't think they go away. I think they are drastically reduced.
Yeah.
Just because with the internet, specifically I'm thinking freelancers, the internet has helped them you can start a business, you can do whatever from anywhere, anytime, any place. Like, it's so easy. So without that, there were always freelancers, I know. So there'll still be some floating around there. I think they will be better, higher quality. With that being said, as far as, like, agencies go, that's not something, that's like Mad Men and Confession. I haven't seen Mad Men, so I don't really know how accurate that is, for one, and also what that would look like.
It's more art. There's more art, like, we still have computers, we still have these programs, so we can still capture media and still, use our technology. It just can't be connected over the internet. We can't just instantly upload it to YouTube and, upload it to Google and have it, be served. It has to go through the traditional channels of, okay, we're gonna do a buy with a TV channel, and I think the pricing of everything changes because it's not,
You think it goes?
I think it goes way up.
Way up, okay.
Yeah, because everybody is going to have to be marketing now, and just the supply and demand of it. I think if you're a marketing agency and it goes down, sure, you're not doing like Facebook buys anymore, but you're really focusing on a campaign that's got print in it for sure, and it's got a lot of video in it, high quality video. Like we still have phones and you can still kind of do that and transfer things, but the only method of getting it now is going to be through a television over the air. So imagine, you know, the bottleneck that you're going to have of everybody now, small, large businesses of all sizes have to get their inventory into that one channel, and just supply and demand, I think, would go through the roof. So there's going to have to be like really different ways for small companies to get the word out. I think it actually is mostly print.
It would obviously be harder for some businesses to stay afloat, like let alone the whole no internet access. But
oh, for sure.
As far as like marketing becoming more cutthroat and just like supply and demand kind of thing, like much higher demand at that point, what would happen?
I think a lot of people will get priced out of the market probably, and they're going to have to find a way. So I think actually some sort of maybe fun little, you know, effect of it is trade. You end up trading a lot of things. That exists now, obviously. We do trade, but I think it goes up way higher.
I'm all for that. Love the barter system.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's good times.